I have a request for a little more cardio in our lives, so that's what we'll be doing today. If you have a light set of weights, feel free to bring them with you, maybe 1 or 2 pounds. Your yoga mat, we're gonna finish with a little ab sequence on the ground and some water. So grab those things and we'll get started. On to our warm-up. Step those feet a little bit wider than your hips, and I want you to imagine drawing a circle, as if your hips can hit every wall and corner in the room. Moving right from your hip crease. Reverse that direction. Try to continue, but bend those knees. See if you can go a little bit deeper. Every wall and corner in the room. Reverse. Last time. Come all the way back to center. Roll those shoulders back. Squeeze and engage the muscles of your legs. Move right into your side bend. Up and over. I want you to imagine you can only move through a pane of glass. Right? So we're not moving forward or back, just side to side. Lean to the left and lift that right elbow. Press the pelvis forward, go a little bit deeper into that side body. Up and over. Lift that left elbow. Come all the way up. Inhale those arms overhead, and I just want you to climb a rope, as if you could pull a rope right out of the ceiling, coming up and out of the sides of the waist. Last time, and release. Soft bend to the knees, find your way into a twist. This class will be very similar to the fusion style that I do, where we just mesh everything together. A little bit of cardio, conditioning and toning, Pilates and yoga. And we just have fun with it. Let those arms stop all on their own. The only thing missing will be my Guilty Pleasures playlist, which I would totally play if I could. Back to center, flex those hands and roll that head from one side, half circles over to the other. Give me one more round from the right, over to the left. Bringing that head back to center and pivot those legs. Back heel is lifted, pull the pelvis underneath you. Big circles with these arms. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. Pivot on that back hip. Pelvis is underneath. Engage those glutes. Big circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and release. Come back to center. Hopefully you're starting to feel a little warmed up. We're gonna get started with some knee drives. Opposite knee to elbow. As the knee comes across, I want you to focus on pulling the navel back. The exhales as you come up. So we use those exhales to help drive in deeper through the core. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's repeat this over to that right side. Soft bend to the right knee. And use that exhale to come up and across. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, switching sides across. Exhale as you come up and over. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. March it out. Roll those shoulders and step wide. We're gonna move right into a little uppercut. I want you to think of taking that fist right to where the wall and ceiling meet. This is all about waistline. Pulling the lower ribs together, drawing the navel back, and let's add a little tap. Tap that foot as you drive right up and away with that fist. Like you mean it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're gonna move right across. Wall to wall. Keep that foot tapping and focus on your rotation from a strong center. Push. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's get ready to take it down to the floor, across. I want you to focus on drawing that navel back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Just give me a little march. Inhale the arms up and exhale, bring them down. Once more, inhale and exhale. We're gonna work our way into something called repeaters. I want you to step back with one leg, get a little low, lean forward, and draw that navel in. Arms come forward. I want you to drive that knee in. Pull that knee in and across. Gaze is down and forward. Don't strain the back of your neck. And think of pulling a rope right out of the wall as that knee comes in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant that knee. I want you to take those arms and run as fast as you can. Make sure those elbows are going back, not out to the side. Push straight back. This is all waistline. Stitch in, stabilize your core, swing those arms. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step into a little march. Notice your two sides. And let's set up for that second side. Stepping back, get low, draw in, full breath to prepare, exhale. Knee comes to chest. Try to keep a bend in that standing leg. Warms up that quad, works the glute. And pull that rope right out of the wall. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant that back foot. Go ahead and run. Right to our goals, right? We're all working towards something, or at least we should be. So, set your eyes on it, and let's go get it. 8, 7, 6, 5. Watch those elbows straight behind you. 3, 2, and 1. Come into your march. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Once more, inhale and exhale. Go ahead and grab yourself a sip of water with me. If you're using weights, go ahead and find your way to them. All right, I'll be using weights, but certainly if you don't have weights, you're still going to feel this. Go ahead and bring your feet slightly wider than your hips. Give me a little drop back. Drawing the navel in. I want you to hug a beach ball. Opening up behind you and come halfway down. You don't have to come all the way down. I'm just gonna say about halfway. Focus on squeezing those shoulder blades together as you pull back. Let the gaze drift forward and down so we don't compress or strain the neck. And we're gonna begin to work our way into some pulses. So as you drop back, I want you to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way out and back in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Twice more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 to release. Last time. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you release your arms, bring it right into a little side step, nice and easy. Option to bring your arms into it. And this is just that little bit of recovery. Keep the heart rate up, keep the body moving. Nice cleansing breath in and out. Just acknowledge that you are here, you showed up for something. I find that especially when my life is out of control, I could show up to my mat or to exercise, and it's the one thing I can control. So hopefully, this can help you gain a little control in your life. All right, arms come back down to your sides. I want you to start a little side step. Draw that navel in. Option for bicep curl. Squeeze your arms into your side body as you tap. Rotate those shoulders away from the tapping foot. If you want to kick this up a notch for that heart rate, arms are going to come overhead. Reach, reach. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to a march. Roll those shoulders. All right, let's get ready to hit those triceps. Come into a bent knee chair position. Your weight should be in your heels, so I can actually lift my toes here. Navel draws in, roll those shoulders back. We'll start with a 45-degree angle and pull behind us. Just let that gaze drift forward and down. And I want you to feel those shoulder blades squeezing together as you pull those weights back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. As you pull back, I want you to keep those elbows lifted. Move right from the hinge joint, so my arm will never drop. I want you to do little kickbacks. Slow and controlled, find that squeeze at the top so I'm not rushing. Check in with your core, make sure you're stitching in strong. 5, 4, 3, 2. As you lift those arms, let's do a little pulse, keep them high. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift those arms. Can you lift them a little higher? Palms will face the ceiling. Give me a couple more pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift those arms nice and high. Hold it. Shoulders away from your ears. Knuckles face in, up, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, little higher, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Let's go right back into that side step. This is your recovery. Just nice and easy. Notice if you're holding any tension. Try to let it go. Walk those feet back to center and come into that little chair position, sinking back. Try to put the weight in your heels by lifting your toes. Draw the navel in, hug your beach ball, and open. Come down about halfway, and you should feel that sense of squeezing your shoulder blades behind you. Just like you're trying to pinch a pencil back there as you extend back. And I think sometimes using the lighter weights can be helpful, especially if there's any movement patterns that are a little off. I have very rounded shoulders. They roll in, they're pronated. So repetitive movements cause injury. So the lighter the weight, the more I could focus on form rather than just lifting at the same time. Let's get ready for our pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. 5, 4, 3, 2, and back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Let's do 2 more sets. Back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. This is it. Back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take it right into our side step. Option to bring those arms along for the ride. This is your recovery. All right, and let's sit up for those triceps one more time. Roll those shoulders back, shoulders away from your ears. Give me a little lift. I don't want your arms to come all the way down here. I want you to control that lift and keep the tension, right? So I want to keep those arms as high as I can. I know there's a tension to kind of get really wonky here with the back of the neck, so look down and forward. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift those arms up nice and high. Palms are gonna face the ceiling. Let's keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift them nice and high. We're gonna pulse in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and roll back. Little side steps. Let the work go. Go ahead and march it out. We'll set those weights down. Grab a sip of water if you need one. And let's see if we can't get that heart rate up again. Set those feet nice and wide. Let's go right back into those uppercuts. Push right to where the wall and ceiling meet. This is so good to help trim and shrink the waistline. Anytime we're incorporating this little twisting and rotation, make sure you're pulling that navel back. And reach with intention. 5, 4, 3, 2, right and across, wall to wall. If you get dizzy, look forward rather than following your gaze with your hand. 5, 4, 3, 2. Ready for that diagonal? Down to the floor. Push. Hollow out that navel center. Don't forget about that toe tap. Squeeze and engage as you tap that leg behind you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to your march. Inhale up, just enjoy. One more time. Inhale, arms overhead. And release. Step those feet nice and wide. Just to finish, knee drive. in and across. I always like my choreography to be really simple to follow, not too much thought, so we can get right into it, focus on what we're doing in our body, in our muscles, rather than learning choreography. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's repeat over to that right side for 10, 9, navel draws back, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, over to the left, across. Focus on your rotation. Keep a bend in that left leg. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to your march. Breathe those arms in and overhead. Exhale, let it go. All right, let's take that back into our knee drives. Remember, we have a staggered stance. Get nice and low. Draw that navel in. Arms come up. Pull. Use that exhale to draw that knee in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's get ready to run. Get nice and low. Elbows point straight back to the wall behind you. This is about stabilizing your core. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and march it up. Let's get ready for that second side. Setting up, breath in, exhale, in. Long through the back of the neck, look down and forward. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant that foot, stay low, run. Big strides with those arms. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, little faster, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Walk it out. Grab yourself a sip of water. We're gonna take our practice down to the mat. I'll meet you there. We're gonna begin with a plank series. Now, if being on your wrist is bothersome, follow along from forearms. Step your legs back, coming into your plank pose. I want you to focus on actively pushing the ground away to protract your shoulders, so as if you feel as if you're separating them. This will get a little bit deeper into the core, up around the region of the serratus, which is around your rib cage. Continue to look down, but not let the head hang. It's one straight line from crown to heels. And on the exhale, focus on drawing that navel in. See if you can really get a little more separation. Actively push the floor away. For 4, 3, 2, rising up and back. Take a downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal the feet nice and slow or sway the hips. And as you exhale, draw the navel in. Feel as if you have this little vacuuming exercise going on through the exhale. Lift the heels and articulate your way through the spine, coming back into plank. Drop the knees and untuck the toes. Try to keep a nice, stable torso and see if you can give me opposite shoulder taps. I'm moving a little, but I'm trying to really isolate and keep myself as close to center as possible. Now, if this is easy, go ahead and try on a full plank. Keep everything stable. For 5, 4, 3, 2, Last one, plank position. Up and back, take your downward dog. Tailbone reaches high to the ceiling. The goal is to try to shorten the distance between your torso and your thighs, even if that means bending your knees. Heels lift, roll all the way through plank. Drop the knees, untuck the toes, and onto the forearms and elbows. You can interlace your hands here. Focus on really pulling up, hollowing out that front body. Little arcing motion from one side over to the other. Focus on that exhale as the hips drop from side to side. Keep the protraction of the shoulders, actively push the ground away. And try to keep those thighs lifted. Don't let them drag on the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Can you hold that center? Pull up a little tighter. Actively push the ground away. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you drop, let the belly come to the floor. Release the arms and roll the shoulders, coming into a Sphinx pose. Your goal is to draw the navel off the floor and begin to drag these forearms towards you. We're looking to feel a stretch and opening through the whole front body. Chest is open and remain long to the back of the neck. From here, I want you to extend your elbows out to the side and stack your hands so that you can rest your forehead. I want you to keep your head and your hands connected for this if you can. Begin by activating your legs, squeezing your backside, and float your feet off the ground. While keeping the connection forehead to hands, inhale, try to lift up, coming into little back crunches. Inhale up, exhale, release. For 8, 7, 6. Use that backside. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, I want you to lift high, release your arms, reach back towards your toes, and breathe the belly into the floor. Look down and forward, don't compress your neck. On that next exhale, release. Hands come right underneath your shoulders, press up and back. Round into a little ball, stacking your fists and just letting your work go. Take a cleansing breath and gently sigh it out. Extend those arms forward and roll through that modified plank position. Let's see if we can take one more round. Nice and slow, lower to the floor. Setting up with those hands out in front. Squeeze and engage your backside. Float the toes. Forehead down. On the inhale is the lift. Up. Try to use that whole back body. 5, 4, 3, 2. The last one, I want you to hold it here. Reach those arms behind you. Look down, stay long to the back of the neck, and just focus on engaging through that backside. I know those are really challenging, but they're so good for us. 5, a little higher. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing down. Hands are going to come right underneath those shoulders. Push through that modified plank. Tuck the toes, come into your full plank. Up and back. Just move freely in your downward dog. Toes will touch, lift the heels and drop the knees wide. Come into Balasana, pose of a child. You can even stack your fists here. Shifting your hips to one side, dropping your hips and rolling onto your back. As you roll your way down, nice and slow, extend your arms and legs in opposite directions. Give a full body stretch. And on the exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Release just your left leg and extend your right leg to the ceiling. I want you to set up your core first. On an exhale, try to draw in and hollow out your abdominals. Lower rib cage stitches together. Strong and active leg, I want you to drop and lift. So each time that leg drops, you're gonna imagine pulling back a little tighter through those abdominals. We won't do many, but this is just a really foundational movement to help build and activate your transverse abdominals. 5, 4, 3, 2. I want you to drop that leg. Find an angle that works for you where you can really feel that sense of engaging your core. Little pulses. Staying connected to that deep sense of cinching in through the waist for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, lift that leg up. Check in with your form, right? Hollowing out that ice cream scoop. Terrible analogy for exercising, but it's what I think of. I want you to drop your leg out to the side. Our goal is to drop that leg to the right while stabilizing our left. So I want you to begin to feel this sense of drawing back through the left side body to control your movement. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, no movement on that left side. 2, as the leg drops, I want you to come down a half or a quarter of the way. You should be able to own it with this left side. Little pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last little bit, inhale up and release. Take that knee for just a little ride, let everything relax. All right, knee comes back to center, swapping out. Adjust the pelvis. Left knee comes in and extends. Hollow out, ice cream, our favorite flavor, and drop and lift, drop and lift. I focus on shortening the distance between my rib cage and my hip bones. That leg should be strong, the toe is pointed. There actually are healthy ice creams out there. I wouldn't try this as a diabetic, it would be a bit much for me, but the rest of the world, try freezing a banana, add a little bit of coconut milk, maybe cocoa powder, dash of sea salt, throw it in the blender, ice cream. There you go. You've got a recipe in the middle of our workout. Go ahead and drop that leg. We're gonna go halfway, quarter of the way, and pulse. Remember, our goal is to draw back through the navel as the leg pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, go ahead and lift that leg. Check your form. We're gonna go out to the side and pull it back. Our goal is to retract with that right side. So only go as far as you can without any movement on that right side. drop. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, I want you to find a quarter, a half drop, little pulses. Those arms out to a 45-degree angle do help. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg comes up with a nice, easy release. Go ahead and take that left leg for a ride. Our hard work is over. Just enjoy a little bit of stretch to finish. Extend that leg overhead. Now, if you are a little tighter, you might want to be on the back of the thigh versus the calf. You'll want to create as much length as you can in this leg. So maybe that means going a little lower. Start with a point and flex. Actively push your left hip towards the foot of the mat so that you know it's not hiking into your rib cage. And then flex the foot, active toes. Try to push your leg into your hands. Another breath in. And we'll set up for the IT band. Your right hand is going to come to the outside of the thigh, whether it's here or here. Your left thumb is going to come into the hip crease. Begin to pull the leg across as you drive the hip down. So I'm really going to feel that sense of opening. If you want to go deeper, actively push your left leg into your right hand to really fire up through that left hip. Take one more breath. Nice and slow on that release. Go ahead and place that left foot down. Right knee is going to come up and overhead with the leg. Calf or thigh. Never compromise your pose here. So if your knee is bending, I want you to go lower onto that thigh. As soon as the knee bends, we break the posterior chain, this stretch through the backside. So really try to extend through the back of the kneecap, gently squeeze your right thigh. Brief pause, flexing the foot and actively push your leg into your hands. Just breathe and feel. Setting up for that IT band, I'm going to go to the outer part of the leg with that left hand. Right thumb to hip crease as you extend away. Actively push your leg into your hand. Take one more breath. And gently release. Pulling the knees into the chest, you can roll your way up. Climb your way up into table, and to stretch the trap, extend your left arm out in front of you, and as you drop down, I want you to bend the elbow and give yourself a little pat on the back. Peek underneath your right shoulder. It's an active press of your left elbow towards the ground and pulling back through the hips towards the foot of your mat. Rising up and continuing to work with that left arm. You'll come underneath just like a thread the needle. I want you to try to walk your hands in opposite directions. Right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches underneath. Allow your body weight to sink to help facilitate your stretch. Pushing your left shoulder away from your left ear. Explore the pose by letting your left palm rotate to face the ceiling. meeting me at center. Drop on that right side, palm will face the ceiling on the setup. Bend and pat on the back for making it all the way to the end of our class. Peek underneath that left shoulder, drag your hips away from your elbow as it pushes into the floor. Rising up through table and work that thread the needle variation. Right is going to pull as far left as it can. Left is going to walk as far forward as it can. Use your body weight to sink into the pose. Active push of the shoulder away from the ear. Try rotating your palm to face the ceiling on that right arm. Transitioning up to table, ending with a cat-cow or a circular churn of the ribs. Maybe a little bit of both. And if you're churning, just move in both directions. Arching that spine and hinge back. Find your way down and into a comfortable seat. Hopefully you feel a little more alive in your body after our work together. And this was by request. So if there's anything you'd like to see, just let me know in the comments below. I'm here to hopefully inspire you to live your best life possible, which is all I'm trying to do. So to stay connected, consider subscribing to the channel. Hopefully I'll see you soon, and namaste.